So it's the morning after the fuck up the day before. Well, what can you do but learn by your mistakes? So I was thinking about keeping that little hiccup a secret, but do you know what? Everyone's human. And hopefully no one does that. So learn from my mistake. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I've decided to give up the hobby altogether. I'm only joking. No, so what I've done is all evening yesterday, I grafted in there and I ripped everything back out. And trust me, it wasn't easy because it was absolutely boiling as well. Do you know what I mean? I went down the beach for a little walk, regrouped, came back, and we done a full frontal assault. So I'll spin you around in a minute and I'll show you where I'm to again. But currently it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to start again, guys. I've had a luxury day off again today. Someone has, I'd like to say messed me around, but someone apparently has got COVID. It's a good excuse these days, isn't it? Oh, I'm in a house and my mate's got COVID, so I can't come and do it. It's a lot of business people having that excuse turn up on their door. Now, obviously, lots of people are getting COVID, isn't it? It's terrible, but it seems to be a very good excuse, one that you can't really question that well. But anyway, let me spin you around and show you where we're to. So there we are, guys. We are back down to ground zero. I'm not gonna lie, that was absolutely terrible trying to get that out of there. The hardest things was getting these bits of blobs of no nails off, which should not be called no nails at all. It should just be called slightly harder blue tack. It was absolutely rubbish. So never use that product. I'm never going to use it again. I've regrinded the hole here, taken everything off, the whole lot. Everything's been stripped back down to the bare bones. I've hoovered it all up. It's all clean. As you can see, it's dusty out here, but everything in there is nice and clean. And I've got some new products to use. So the new products I got to use, I know work because I've used them on my big pond. So I have no qualms with this. I don't know why I didn't use this to start with. I thought I'd just try something different. You know, don't want to walk in the same footsteps, take a different track, don't want to be a sheep. So I did try that and it didn't work. So I hope that's beneficial for other people that might be thinking about using that product or those two together. Definitely don't use them. So what I've got is, I'll spin you around now and I'll show you exactly what I've got to use this time. And I'll show you the old pond fiberglass that I've ripped out. I've put them in the back, out the back alley, ready to take down the tip. But it was reasonably awkward to take out, I'm not going to lie. And my fiberglassing technique is pretty good because it would have held water fine. The only problem is, when I pulled it up, what you'll see is there was no foam left, nothing. So basically the fiberglass had gone on the foam, eaten the foam away to nothing, and then the fiberglass, there was a void in between the fiberglass and the stone and the brick wall. Crazy, huh? Chemistry, all about chemistry. But anyway, there we are, guys. So let me show you what I've got product-wise. So guys, there we have it. It is basically Kingspan, but a different brand. That's all they had down Travis Perkins. So what I've done is I've got 3 sheets of it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need 4. I went down at the spur of the moment. I went to the beach, felt better about myself, went down there and I thought I'd buy this to cheer me up. So it's 25 mil. I think I've got enough there for all the walls and I need 1 full sheet for the floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure each wall. I'm going to mark it on this sheet. I'm going to cut it exactly. So each wall is just going to be 1 perfect sheet, which is actually going to work out really well. I don't even know why I didn't do this to start with. You know, like when you think to yourself, why didn't I do this to start with? Well, that's you know, hindsight is a great thing, isn't it? Also, what I'm using is Insta-Stick. Now, this is a foam Insta-Stick. Well, you know, a multi-purpose sort of like sticking compound, foam, whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't expand. So, I'll be honest with you, when I was using the expanding foam, so when I was using this expanding foam, it worked absolutely fine. It didn't, the resin didn't eat away onto this product at all. But the problem was, it was pushing the foam out, because the other foam was only 10 mil. It was very flexible, and it was still expanding underneath. Now, someone did comment on one of my other videos saying, oh, you can get that in non-expanding as well. Well, this is, okay, so that's the exact product I used on my big koi pond, on my main koi pond. I used the exact 2 products. So, I don't want to dare say it, but I think we're going to be okay this time. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay this time. I'm hoping so anyway. And do you know what, right? If we're not okay, well, I'll just do it over again. Because I don't know. What can you do? Just get back up, innit? Get back on the horse. Anyway, let me show you the other stuff. Right, so here's the other stuff I ripped out, guys. It's actually great. That's about 2-3 mil. But you can see how it's just eating away at this product. Crazy. But yeah, it was all going to plan. It's mad. It's incredibly flexible, but it's actually obviously all watertight. It's awesome. But yeah, guys, try not to use this product, because obviously it's failed me. So you can see there where the resin hasn't touched the foam, and it's fine. But where we've made contact, it's been catastrophic. Right then, guys, let's crack on with this. I'm going to try to get this done as quick and as efficiently as I can, not cutting any corners. And then I'm going to go to the beach with the boy and the missus, and we're going to have a little paddle. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure the length of this wall, top, you know, X, Y, Z, and then I am going to cut the piece, and hopefully it will fit in there like a champ. So we're going to do one piece, then I'm going to do that piece, then I'm possibly going to do the 2 end pieces, and then I'll do this piece. And then after that, I'll probably have to get the floor, and I'll cut this to perfect size. And what I'll do is, when I push it down, I'll make sure it's really snug fit, and I'll put all the foam adhesive on the floor, and I'll push it down, and then what I'll do is I'll put a section of timber down the middle, and I'll put a load of blocks on it, and that should give me a proper nice curve, I'm hoping, and hold it flush against this drain. And then when I come back, I can actually cut around there, and yeah, that should be cool. And then we'll start, and then we'll trim all the tops then at a little 45 degree or something that I don't know, something like that. See if we can curve it, see how good the product is with a bit of sandpaper, because it's got that little bit of covering on the board. I'm not sure if that will, if the sandpaper will you know, chew away at it when I'm trying to sand. So if it does sand, I'd rather put a little rounded corner on it. If not, it's going to be a 45 degree. So let's measure this. I'll cut one and I'll put it in situ, and you can have a little look. Woo! There we are, guys. That is the first side of the pond. So I'm going to go and fit it in now quick. Oh guys, why didn't I do this to start with? First piece. Absolutely perfect. Guys, please use this product. It is the dog's nuts. So that went in so easy. It took me 5 minutes to cut that and stick it straight in. So what I'm going to do now is I think I will do this bigger section here now. Okay, so I'll measure this, cut it up and whack it in. Yeah, right guys, and that one in literally like a glove. Absolutely perfect. So we got 1, 2, right, give me 10 minutes. I'm going to fit the other 2 in and I'm going to do this wall here. And then I think, well, we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, so guys, why didn't I do this to start with? OMG, this is the way ahead. It's taken me, I don't know, 45 minutes of enjoyable craftsmanship. I'll spin you around now. And guys, I've actually got enough. I've got 1 whole sheet left to do the floor. So I've measured that up really carefully. So the idea is it basically plops in, holds the bottoms out nice and rigid, and yeah, I'll weight it down to make that nice circumference on the bottom of the pond. But let me spin you around. So I haven't 45 degreed any of the foam on the tops yet, and I've cut it really nice into the skimmer as well. So let me spin you around. Dun dun dun! Why didn't I do this before? Now, what I've done is I've a full sheet this side, full sheet that side, kind of a full sheet that side. Well, you know, without a join. This side here has got a little join down the corner there, but you do you know what I mean? It's all packed in nice and tidy, and by the time I've glued that on, that's going to be solid. And let me slip it in right here. Oh, it's a bit tight by here. And so I've cut it around the skimmer here, which is perfect. But remember, I'm going to 45 degree this and this. And we've actually got 3 pieces here, but they actually fit perfect on. So I've done a little drawing. So that there, guys, is the actual bottom of the pond there. I've got all the dimensions. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut that out of 1 piece. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put it in straight away. But what I'm going to do is I don't know, guys. Hey, listen, this is I'm doing this off the top of my head. Let's see, because it's going to be awkward to fit in. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I've got the measurements there. I know if I cut them to that size, it is actually going to fit in like a glove. But once the floor goes down, it's going to be an absolute bitch. to get back up. So I think I'll glue these sides in and then lace the floor with that adhesive and drop that in. So once it goes down, I don't have to take it back up, because like I said, I ain't gonna get that back up. It's gonna be a nightmare. You're not gonna get your fingers in the sides. Hopefully it's gonna fit really snug and hold everything rigid and tight at the bottom. Well, that's the plan anyway. So anyway, let's cut this one out. We'll mark it up. Go from there. Roll it forwards. Oh, yet again, it is scorching. It's boiling in here, guys. So I've done all of the sides, and we're in the pond now. So what I have done is I've cut out the hole ready for the inlet, and what I've done is I've 45 degree this so we can fiberglass up and into it. I'll key this again, but what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to bevel all of these edges as well, all the way around. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is start sticking these boards on. So hopefully this is going to go to plan. If it doesn't, that's the culprit. Oh, here we go, guys. I'm not going to go mental with this stuff, I ain't gonna lie, because it ain't cheap, and it doesn't need to go on very thick. So let's have a go, see what happens. That's as heavy as I'm going to do it, in case it needs to come back off again. What I have got here is straight edge. Oh, guys, fantastic! I can feel that already. Totally worth it. I'm gonna put a little bit of a blob right up on there. Oh no. So, yeah. I ain't rushing this one, boys and girls, I'm not gonna lie. Bit of force all the way across. But that's a good one. So that's the board on. First one, I'm going to do the rest and I'll get back to you. Touch wood. Whew, right, okay, it's really warm in here now. Just done all of the, so I've filled in, so I had some tucks in there. So when I come back later on, I'm going to leave it now for a few hours, leave it all go off, then I can come back, trim all these little bits of foam, all nice and neat, put my little chamfer on there. So all cut in, all foamed that up, that's all going to be lovely. I'm going to do all of that nice and neat. I've actually got some silver tape as well, guys, that I've had left over from, I don't know, some other job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually silver tape these little bits to try to prevent any kind of resin from penetrating to sorts. Not really worried about it, but it'll make a nicer join, I guess. I am going to cut some bits of timber and I'm going to put them back in the corners like I did with the other pond. I quite like that addition. I'm not going to insulate those. That's going to be in the pond. They're not going to get wet because obviously it's going to be all waterproof, so they're not going to rot. Yeah, so that's it. So far so good. So what I'm going to do is I need to go and get another can of that Insta Stick from Travis Perkins. I've cut the floor all ready to go. So when I come back now this afternoon, I will get the floor down. No, first of all I will cut everything to size, cut all like tidy up all the odd sods. Then I will hoover the inside to make sure the Insta Stick has a good surface to stick onto, and yeah, we'll go from there, guys. So actually everything happens for a reason. I am so much more happier with this finish than I was with the other underfloor heating board I've got. So yes, you know, I think this was £25 a sheet, so this has cost me 75 quid on top, but I think I've got enough fiberglass because I bought so much fiberglass to make sure I did have enough, so I didn't have to run down the supplier again. The stuff that I didn't use was going to get chucked down the tip anyway, so realistically it's cost me a day and it's cost me another £75 for 3 sheets of the insulation board. Oh, and a couple of bottles of that Insta Stick. But wow, what a difference. Like, hey, you learn by your mistakes. Just got to get back up and push forwards. So anyway, I'm going to leave it for a little bit. I'm going to go down the beach with the boy, have a bit of a swim. If anybody wants to meet me down there, Burryport, lovely. See you down there for some fish and chips. Bit of family time. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to smash on with this. But guys, it is boiling here again. I can't wait to get this pond up and running. I am absolutely buzzing for it. Anyway, I'll see you in a few hours. I might have a change of clothes by then. Who knows? Boys and girls, it is a hot one today. 27, 28 degrees or something here. Just come back from the beach. Change of clothes because I've had a little bit of a shower. In fact, I've sat up on my little tiny area there for the last half an hour with me missus. Well, the last hour actually, because the boy had a bit of a sleep when he came back from the beach. But anyway, guys, let me show you what I've done. So this is a good one. So now this is all ready to get nibbled off. So we're going to do all of this section in a second. I'm going to clean the bottom, and this is absolutely solid, guys. It is absolutely, this is the way ahead. This is the way ahead, all the way around. Lovely. So what we're going to do is, I've got a bit of a plan, guys. Let me just put you on some sort of hold. In fact, you could probably sit on my Stanley toolbox. Let me tilt this down. Okay, so what I've got here is the floor. I've pre-drilled the rough place where the floor is. Now obviously the bottom drain is a lot bigger than that. But what I have done, guys, is, if you can look here, I've scored each side, okay? So they fold up together. So the idea is that when I put this down now, I'll get a lovely channel on each side, and we'll get like the right kind of curve. And the section in the center, which is exactly the same circumference as the spin drifter top cover, that will be nice and flat. So I think this is going to make for a really tidy bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend about half an hour in there now playing with the channels and so forth, and then we're going to get this in the bottom of the pond. Again, probably lay a bit of timber down the centre, make sure it's levelled. Timber, some concrete blocks on it, and then we'll chamfer the sides. That's the plan, guys. I'll show you when it's done. Whew. Right, guys. Huh. Can't believe how warm it is. Not complaining though, not complaining. Yeah, it's all in, guys. I've just put the floor down. Had to trim it a slight bit. It was too snug, if anything. So it's all glued in. I'm just gonna wait for the let me spin you around anyway. So yeah, boom, look at that, shiny, looks like bloody Buck Rogers' cockpit. Anyway, just gonna wait for all of this adhesive to go off. It won't take long in this heat, so I'll probably leave this now for an hour. I'm going to put a piece of timber across the floor. So obviously that bottom drain there is way too small. I've made it roughly in the centre so I can get the saw in there and drill it out. So I've just got a visual point where it actually is. So I'll come back in an hour now, and what I'll do is I'll trim off all of this excess stuff. But as you can see, it's got like a nice little trough in the center, so I'm very chuffed with that. It's all nice and plumb and even, and it's about, oh mate, it's such a small little drop, like 2 or 3% drop on each side, so it's worked out better than the other one anyway, for sure. So I'm chuffed. I have started to trim off all of these nice, so this will go straight up lovely into the skimmer, both sides. This bit will be flat into it. I've got a stainless steel guard coming for here, guys, so and the overflow, so the water level should be up to about here. We'll have about 2 inches leeway here, and like a stainless steel guard, which is going to look nice. The only thing that I've got to do now is round these corners off, or 45 degree them. I'm not quite sure yet. I've got a bit of foam in my little cavity there, so I've got to go around and clean that up. That's not a drama, but like I said, I've done all of these sides here. They look really smart now, so that is absolutely solid. So that's all done in there. Just got to trim it around. But I have been practicing on some offcuts, guys, of the idea I've got for the top. So if you look at that bevel there, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I've tried different, oh, I've got another sample here somewhere. Anyway, is this the final one? I can't remember. So I've got another one here as well. I just tried, I think that was the final cut that I was going for. So that is quite a nice little radius there. So I figured out how to do that, and it does work. So I think that is probably what I'm going to go for on the top. Tried on my offcuts, and it's worked out well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a little bit of a clean up. I'm going to go in and sit down and have a cold drink, because, oh, it's boiling, guys, it's boiling. But I'm buzzing. I've got back up. Got back in the ring, and we are almost ready to fiberglass again. Now, guys, I'm not going to fiberglass today. I'm not going to fiberglass tomorrow. And I'm not saying I'm going to fiberglass next weekend, because unfortunately, I've got to go to Kent next weekend. Not unfortunately at all. Unfortunately, for the reasons that I would have loved to have cracked on with the pond. But my son's got a birthday party down in his grandparents' house, so that's going to go on. I think I'm going to pop to Gatwick Coy. So what I'm going to do is I might do a little YouTube video for that Gatwick Coy. If no one's ever seen Gatwick Coy before, check them out on Facebook and on the interweb, because it's a super compact little spot, but it's, mate, the fish they've got is insane. Like, or Danichi. I think he pretty much specialises in Danichi stuff, which is phenomenal. Honestly, they've got like 500-gallon tanks, and they are literally just full to the brim with No, they're full with koi, and honestly, you know, fantastic quality. It's amazing. So it's a totally different vibe to Koi Water Barn. It's a lot more compact. There's not a lot of walk-in space. It's literally a couple of little channels, couple of little rooms, and it is absolutely packed with koi. It's incredible. So I'll drop an email to the owner, and I'll see if he wouldn't mind me walking around and showing you some of his stock, which I'm pretty sure he wouldn't, because obviously it's a good selling point, isn't it? Free advertising. Any advertising is good advertising. So anyway, guys, I'll be back out later on, and I'll just try to titivate the last little bits of this so I can sleep well and easy tonight, knowing that I'm not a complete loser. I've got up and I've redone it. And it's even better than the one yesterday. Every time you do it, it becomes better. What can I say? Yes! So, again, guys, don't go looking at that. That's just a tiny little hole, just so I knew exactly where the actual drain is. But, you know, as you can see, that I've put all the 45-degree chamfers in the corner. And what I've done is I had a load of spare aluminium tape, foil tape, whatever it is. So I've just literally put it on every corner. Do you know what I mean? Every little join. It just neatens it all up. It'll look nice. I won't get any fiberglass resin sort of soaking in the gaps, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm well chuffed. The only thing I haven't just done one corner down here. So I've got one corner there, which basically I had to cut a small 15 by 15 centimeter out of the foam board, because I had the 3-inch pipe going in. The fitting was a little bit proud of the floor level, basically. So what I've done is I've just filled it up with foam. I can't cut it because inside, because it's such a big mass of foam, inside is still soft. So if I cut it, it's just like chewing gum in the middle. So I'm going to leave that go off, guys, and then that will be sliced lovely and neat. And then I've got that little section there, which will be exactly the same as these corner sections. And it will finish at the point here, so it'll go straight down. So I have done a bit of a change from my pond yesterday. Before I had these coming straight up onto the sides here, but I decided actually to keep them subsurface. So the surface of the water will be about here, I guess, on each point, possibly a bit higher. But I thought that would be a bit neater, because I want to put like a little coping stone on here. And what I was thinking is I didn't want that little chamfer showing over the coping stone. That would have, yeah, that wouldn't have been very nice. So, yeah, very, very happy with the progress today. Not gonna lie, guys, that was actually really hard work. It was pretty heartbreaking yesterday when that happened, but everything happens for a reason, and there we are. Do you know what I mean? So it's where it is, onwards and upwards, as they say. And well, I'm sure everyone can agree. I'm pretty chuffed with that. That looks lovely. Look, the floor perfectly sloped. I'm really chuffed with that, mate. It's awesome. I want to leave it silver. It looks so class. Anyway, this has worked out a charm. This tape is amazing. Like, do you know what I mean? It is literally. It's super sticky as well, you know. And believe it or not, these things here are not even screwed in or anything. They're literally held in by this. Now, once this is all fiberglass, they're going to be solid, but they are solid anyway. So I'm lucky that I didn't have to screw or tap any of the walls for those. They're just actually, they're basically stuck on with that tape, and they are stuck solid. That tape's incredible. Anyway, guys, so hope you like this video. I wanted to redeem myself from yesterday, and I'm quite proud of myself that I've got back up. Now, I was just super lucky that I had another day off. If I hadn't have had a day off, then that would have been just still an absolute, you know, I wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight. I've got issues, mate. If my sock drawer isn't even tied yet, I think about it all night. So that now is 99% ready to fiberglass, and when I fiberglass it this time, it is going to be slow and steady and I'm going to try to get it as good as I can. But yesterday when I was fiberglassing, I got all the way down one wall and I realized something wasn't quite right, and then I just started to chase a mistake. Yeah, started to lose my cool a little bit, started to panic, started to rush a little bit. But by that time I was like, I know what the problem is. There's a reaction. So I've used this stuff before in my pond. I've seen other people use this. Should be a fail-safe. Huh. Famous last words, but should be a fail-safe. Absolutely sure it's going to be okay. God, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, hope you like this, guys. Next video I'll probably put out, if I don't have another day off, is probably next weekend. I'll try to make it up to Coy Water Barn and also to Gatwick Coy. We'll do a bit of a tour. Let's see what happens. I am gutted that the pond isn't done, because if the fiberglassing had gone to plan, then I literally, all the little pipe sections that I ordered from Cotswold Coy, they've turned up today, so I could have actually completed everything. So I could have completed, you know, I had like the pipe to go in there, the fitting to go in there. I've got the connector for this. I got the connector for that. So yeah, literally is what it is. Could have connected everything today. Well, I could have fiberglassed the pond. I could have top coated the pond. I could have done every little bits and bobs, all the little bits and bobs that was necessary to get this pond up and running, and that would have been chugging away like Ivor the engine, and ready for its first few inhabitants, which would have been a couple of smaller koi that I wanted to bring on. But another thing, one of my subscribers yesterday reached out to me on my Facebook page and asked me to join West Wales Koi Society, and I've got to go on now and chuck them 10 quid, and yeah, I'm going to join those. Apparently there's some amazing guys around the West Wales area that have got amazing ponds, and they're really good for helping people out. I'm possibly gonna be a bit gutted I didn't do it before, because I think some of the people on there could have really helped me out with the problem I had in my big pond. Now, I am an amateur, 100%. You could tell that from yesterday, but I've tried to redeem myself. And it's a very knowledgeable subject, keeping koi, you know, water params, koi health, pond building, all stuff like that. You know, you learn from experience through years and years of doing it. Now, I've been doing it 12 months, maybe not even 12 months. I feel like I've learned quite a lot. I've learned by my mistakes, I know that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting onto that. So I'm going to chuck them 10 quid in a minute after I've had a shower. I'm going to have a little wrestle with the boy in there. And I'll see you on the next video, guys.